Hello and welcome back to a new morning briefing presented by Stein Investments. Before we go into detailed market analysis, let's have a look at the Forex Factory calendar to check if there are any upcoming news events that are important for us. And there have been already a few for the euro and the British pound. And the next one is the flash manufacturing PMI for the US. Nonetheless, all of them are less critical. They have an impact to the market, but not as much as other news events. So we don't have to consider them right now for the trading decisions of today. At the moment, we see a rising interest in gold long positions, but it's already decreasing. There is a slight interest in new trading positions in total. See, there has been a drop during the past hours, but it's currently stabilizing with a slight rise. So from now on, we can consider incoming signals from the custom alerts tool and check the charts more closely, because the chances to have a good trade are way higher with a rising total trading volume than with a falling one, as in this part of the trading session today. Apart from that, there is no real trend that catches our attention right now. All these lines are pretty close together, so yeah, we'll see what the market overview gives. But before we continue, let's have a closer look at the gold volume trend, because it's currently only reflected in the volume and not that much in the real strength of gold. So we'll have a look at the corresponding charts. You see gold against the US dollar is stagnating. There is no strength in gold here from the FX power side if we consider all three analysis periods, and the US dollar is not weak enough to see any action here or any profitable move at all. The same is true for the other popular pair, gold against the euro, and the situation is pretty much the same. So even if there is a rising interest in gold positions, if you want to trade it, you can do it here with a tight stop loss here below, but I wouldn't do it right now. The situation is unclear to me, so I'll step away from this one. What you can also see is the latest beta 1 of our new trade manager, and I'm really happy to present it here as well. And we might see it in action if there is any suitable trading setup today. So before we pick any trade at all, I would say let's have a look at the currency overview. I have to resize the panels here. So, okay, most of them are pretty neutral except the Swiss franc, which is on the short side here. The Japanese yen is also more on the short side, and New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar are on the long side. And this fits pretty much what I've got here from the easy scalping alerts here. We have the British pound long against the Swiss franc, and the latest one was Canadian dollar, Swiss franc and New Zealand dollar, all buy signals. And so I would say we'll have a closer look at these charts to decide what to trade or not. So this happens if you resize your chart. Then you have to reposition your panels as well. So Aussie dollar against the Swiss franc is pretty interesting, because the Aussie dollar is clearly on the strong side, Swiss franc is on the short side. I think it's pretty clear that there is some upside dynamic, and even though I didn't get an alert yet, I was just about to trade this opportunity, and then I noticed we already achieved 130% ATR on the Aussie dollar Swiss franc, mainly due to the latest move on the Aussie dollar, which already reached 133%. So the potential for this trade is pretty limited, and in these circumstances it's probably better to stay out. I assume it will be the same for the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc, almost. Here we have 112% ATR, even with the short-term 5 days analysis, and difficult to say what's better now. This is a perfect easy scalping setup here. New Zealand dollar on the long side, Swiss franc on the short side. So yeah, why not? Let's give it a try and we'll see how it goes. So if you want to trade this, then click on buy, and then you get an information in the tip section. Sell by moving the line. Click to confirm, escape to cancel. So if you want to abort, then just press escape and we are done. If not, if you want to trade, then set the SL here in this last support level. Click to confirm that and set your profit target on the other side. And then you got your trade. What's not yet ready is the label, how much you risk with this trade in money or in percent, but the settings are here, and I will go into details once we publish this tool, of course. So this is the first trade here with our easy trade tool, and it's really easy, and in my opinion can't be easier than that, and I'm looking forward to use it even further. Then you have this panel here with some information about your current trading basket. So you have the current floating profit, what you achieved max in profit with the currently open trades, and the basket risk. I think this information is essential because it tells you how much you risk in money if you have several positions open. So if you're trading 4 to 5 trades, then you need to know how much you risk in your complete basket. So that's the first trade here with the trade manager. Let's have a look at the other opportunities given by the easy scalping system. This one is British pound against the Swiss franc. Yes, the Swiss franc gives us the weakest we need, but the British pound is neutral across all instances. So it was enough to trigger the alert because the lines have been above zero here. But you see, there is definitely no power in the British pound, and so in my opinion it's not worth to have a closer look here. Then we had the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. In this case the situation is a bit better. ATR is at 93%, and so I would say give it a go up to the 80 or 100% ATR line. So we do the same, place the stop loss here and set our profit target maybe here or here. There is a lot more to discover with this tool and all its functions, but of course I'll explain all the details in a separate video, which will come soon with the publication at the latest. So let's move on to our non-forex symbols, and there we'll start with the Bitcoin. Data is still loading, now it's there. So Bitcoin is very strong, currently moving to the downside, surely offering an easy scalping alert pretty soon. So please take care of setting the alerts correctly. Then we have the German DAX, same situation. DAX is clearly strong with some neutral dynamic short term, and there is a pretty huge gap here overnight maybe we'll close it before we go upwards again. Then the situation in oil, pretty much the same. Strong in the 1 week and 1 day analysis, reached already the opposite extreme and is close to an easy scalping entry here in the next minutes. Then we have the Dow Jones, which is currently only pre-market, but you see this huge spike at 1. This is GMT plus 3 as far as I remember on IC market. So yeah, it was probably the announcement that Trump will speak with the Chinese government about how to fix this tariff situation. But either way, we'll see how this will continue once the New York session opens. That's pretty much it, and I'm looking forward to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you and bye bye.